we can know only that we know nothing, and that is the highest degree of human wisdom. Nothing is so necessary for a young man as the company of intelligent women. When you love someone, you love the person as they are, and not as you'd like them to be. Wrong does not cease to be wrong because the majority share in it. All the variety, all the charm, all the beauty of life is made up of light and shadow. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. There is no greatness where there is not simplicity, goodness, and truth. All great literature is one of two stories: a man goes on a journey, or a stranger comes to town. Happiness does not depend on outward things, but on the way we see them. If we admit that human life can be ruled by reason, then all possibility of life is destroyed. Because of the self-confidence with which he had spoken, no one could tell whether what he said was very clever or very stupid. Every heart has its own skeletons. Human science fragments everything in order to understand it, kills everything in order to examine it. Happiness is an allegory, unhappiness a story. Instead of going to Paris to attend lectures, go to the public library, and you won't come out for 20 years, if you really wish to learn. Life did not stop, and one had to live. Pure and complete sorrow is as impossible as pure and complete joy. Historians are like deaf people, who go on answering questions that no one has asked them. To educate the peasantry, 3 things are needed: schools, schools and schools. We love people not so much for the good they have done us, as for the good we have done them. Am I mad to see what others do not see, or are they mad who are responsible for all that I am seeing? One can live magnificently in this world if one knows how to work and how to love. The very fact of the death of someone close to them aroused in all who heard about it, as always, a feeling of delight that he had died, and they hadn't. Death is finished, he said to himself, it is no more. In order to understand, observe, deduce, man must first be conscious of himself as alive. History would be a wonderful thing if it were only true. Everything that I understand only because I love. Without the support from religion, remember, we talked about it, no father, using only his own resources, would be able to bring up a child. What counts in making a happy marriage is not so much how compatible you are, but how you deal with incompatibility. The 2 most powerful warriors are patience and time. The chief cause of unhappiness in married life is that people think that marriage is sex attraction, which takes the form of promises and hopes and happiness, a view supported by public opinion and by literature. But marriage cannot cause happiness. Instead, it is always torture, which man has to pay for, satisfying his sex urge. Without knowing what I am, and why I am here, life is impossible.